Hi, dear. How's it going down here? Are you warm enough? Need anything to eat? Okay, sounds good. We can get to that later, though. I brought down a surprise for you. Want to take a guess what I've got for you? No. Don't look so nervous. It's nothing bad. Take a look. I've got some dice, minis, and some papers so we can play some Dungeons and Dragons. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I've put a ton of effort into getting everything ready for this. Have you played before? Alrighty then. This version is a bit different, so that won't really matter. Yeah. What I mean is that I took the liberty to create both of our characters. A general storyline we're going to follow, different enemies we'll encounter, things like that, you know? Since there's only the two of us, I'll be both the player and the DM, so just follow my lead. No, I'm not controlling. I just have a vision, and we are going to be following it. Understood? Good. I'm glad you understand what I'm going for. Like I said, I put a lot of effort into all this, so I expect you to put in just as much, all right? It'll only be fun if you actually show interest. And with how much time you spend complaining about how boring it is down here, I feel like you should be grateful for this change of pace. You wouldn't be bored in the first place if you would, actually interact and cuddle with me. But what can you do? If you won't interact with me like a normal person, this'll have to do. Now, let me explain the background of our characters. I'll be playing a half-elf paladin named Isabel Dawnguard. She holds an oath of devotion, but instead of being devoted to some god or being a good person, she's devoted to you. Or your character, to be specific. She is every bit as loyal and devoted to you as I am. And just like I have, she'd kidnap you if she ever thinks your character isn't loyal. She knows everything there's to know about your character, and she follows them around obsessively. She's even more devoted than me in some aspects. So far, she's killed 3 whole barmaids for being too flirty. Isn't that great? I know. The rule book says that the Oath of Devotion paladins need to show honesty, courage, compassion, and honor. Which she kinda doesn't. But it's homebrew stuff. The official rules don't matter with this. I don't want to have to play an Oathbreaker just so I can be lore accurate. Oathbreakers are too edgy. Isabel is a nice girl, and your character is just as obsessed with her. Don't forget that during roleplay. I put even more effort into your characters, so I'm going to be annoyed if you play them differently than I intended you to. Now, your character is a human cleric named Peyton Dawnguard. You're a life domain cleric who is totally obsessed with your wife, Isabel. Our characters' backstories are really connected, so I'll explain that now. Basically, we both grew up in church together as orphans, but all the nuns in them were super abusive to us. We ended up becoming friends because of that. I used my strength to protect you, and you used your magical abilities to heal me. After some time, you confessed your love to my character, and they both ran off to live away from the abusive church. They become super obsessed with each other and eventually become a paladin and cleric who worship each other. Does that make sense? We're both super protective of each other, so while we're role-playing, make sure to stick to that. Also, remember to be super lovey-dovey. It's part of your character. Let me explain the quest to you. Since we've never played together and I'm decently new to the game myself, I decided to keep things simple for this session. All we're going to do is start at an inn, get a quest from a distressed villager, and then go kill some goblins. Okay? Wonderful! I hope you're excited. I certainly am. Well, if you understand our characters in that, let's play. Oh, right. We don't need to worry about spell slots, levels, health, or anything like that. It's mostly role-playing, and since you're tied to the bed, you can't really read anything or keep track of all that stuff in the first place. So, since we can't really play it like normal, just stay put and tell me what you want your character to do. I'll keep track of dice rolls and health and all that. And if you get too out of hand, I'll rein things back in. Ready? Let's begin. And when I'm talking as a DM, I'll sound more serious. And then I'll try and do a higher pitched voice when I'm playing the character. The two of you are sitting in a tavern alone at the bar. It's a cold, snowy night, and you're seeking refuge from the storm while traveling through the small town of Mushroom Forage. Most villagers are keeping to their homes, afraid of the nearby goblin raiders that have threatened their way of life. The both of you are there for that very reason. Two adventurers who have come to slay those very goblins. You both lean against one another, slightly tipsy from a night of casual drinking. Hopefully, after some rest at the inn, you can work out an arrangement with the town's mayor to get a reward for slaying these goblins. I'm gonna start role-playing now. This is really nice, isn't it, dear? I am shocked to see such a nice tavern in such a run-down town. Don't you agree?
Play along. Now.
I am glad you feel the same way. Now, how about we close our tab and go up to our room? It'll be nice to be somewhere more private. Suddenly, the door flies open as a distressed village girl runs in. Please? Are there any adventurers here? It's my brother. The goblins took him. What will the players do?
Play along. Tell her our party will help.
Oh, thank you. They've taken him down to the cave at the foot of the nearby mountain. Please act with haste. I don't know how much time he still has. The two of you grab your belongings and make way for the cave. Any talks of rewards will have to wait. How was that? Are you having fun? This is feeling way more, I don't know, thematic, even than I thought it would be. I didn't expect to be having this much fun. Though, it'd be more fun if you would be a bit more involved in the roleplay. But, besides that, let's skip over the travel part and go straight to the combat. I'll be super aggressive and let you support me. Since you don't have access to the full character sheet or list of any spells, I'll just give you some options to choose from. That way you don't need to think that much. Let's just play this my way. Here we go. After some time spent walking, you've reached the goblins' camp. Far off in the distance, you see them celebrating, while a human child is in a cage just at the edge of the camp. Fortunately, they haven't noticed your party yet. What will you do? I don't think they've seen us yet. Peyton, I see the boy in a cage over there. Though it seems rather sturdy. What should we do? We could try and free the boy and sneak off. Or root out the evil itself. Stealth? Are you sure? We don't really have good belts for it. Can we please fight the goblins? And we're fighting the goblins. I'll rush in first, and you can sit back and support me. Ready? Let's go! I move 2 and attack the goblin fighter, dealing 26 damage. Not enough to kill the goblin. Cast a spell on the goblin ranger. I'll attack that druid next. Right. For this, you can cast Sacred Flame, Guiding Bolt, Hold Person, Blindness, or Fireball. I don't know, I kind of just gave you some spell I like from Baldur's Gate. I didn't do much research for your character sheet because it isn't really relevant if you can't look at it. So, what do you want to use? Alright, you cast that on the Goblin Ranger, dealing... Oh wow! 30 damage! You also one-shot it! The 2 goblin fighters in the cave move out into the camp. Now, standing next to the fire, the druid wild shapes into a wolf and charges at Isabel, biting down and doing 7 damage. Peyton, once I deal with this goblin, you use Fireball on the other 2 goblins. Isabel brings her sword down on the wild-shaped goblin. Knocking it out of wild shape, she then uses her additional attack to... Damn it! I rolled a 1. The attack missed and the goblin is still alive. Stupid dice. What do you want to do? You're going to use Fireball on the 2 goblins, right? No. That's a dumb strategy. Let's just play it my way. It's what your character would do. Remember that they're super loyal to Isabel, so it only makes sense they would go along with her strategy. So, you cast Fireball on the 2 goblins, which kills them both. The remaining goblin uses Shillelagh, then attacks Isabel for... Are you kidding me? It hit a nat 20, so I took 14 damage. This is so dumb. Its staff is enchanted too, so now I'm slowed and won't be able to act next turn. What will you do? No. It makes no sense that Peyton would attack the goblin. You should heal my character of the status effect so I can take a turn and kill it. Your character background says that you put Isabel's physical health above all else. Pay attention. No, I definitely mentioned that to you. It doesn't matter that I don't have it written down or on an actual character sheet. I know I told you. Listen, just heal me so I can play. It's not fun to have my turn skipped. Hey! I am not being too controlling. I'm letting you play how you want. You're just making out of character choices. Listen, I am the DM. We play things my way. Or would you rather I go upstairs and leave you with nothing to do down here? I don't think I'll bother bringing down food tonight if you can't be grateful for this. What? You ungrateful brat! I put a lot of time into making this campaign. It's not too easy. We're just getting lucky. But fine. If you don't want to play, we're not going to. We can try again tomorrow at breakfast. Until then, you can sit down here with nothing and think about being a bit more grateful to me. Oh, and think about the really cool sword we're going to get as a reward for saving the kid. It would have made my character look so much cooler, but now we're skipping this quest.